What's up, Raider Nation? Victor here. And I'm not gonna lie, this might be the most emotional, franchise-defining offseason we've had in a long time. Because right now, the Raiders are standing at a crossroads between a full rebuild and an aggressive reload. And every move from here on out is going to shape the next decade of this team. On one hand, we've got serious smoke around Max Crosby's future in Las Vegas, the heart and soul of this defense, a five-time Pro Bowler, a guy who's averaged around 10-plus sacks per season, plays through pain, talks trash, and gives 100% every single snap. Now, there are real reports saying the relationship with the front office may be strained after how last season ended, and teams like the Patriots and even the Chiefs are circling like sharks. And Raider Nation, if Max actually gets moved, that's not just a trade, that's a full reset of the franchise. But at the same time, while all that chaos is swirling on defense, the Raiders are being linked to a big offensive move that could completely change life for the next franchise quarterback. There's strong buzz that Las Vegas could go after a proven, physical wide receiver in free agency, a guy who just put up over 800 yards and 6 touchdowns even in a down year, and who's one of the best yards after catch weapons in football. With Brock Bowers already dominating at tight end and Fernando Mendoza expected to come in as the #1 pick, this would finally give the Raiders a real foundation on offense instead of throwing a rookie QB into a broken system. So think about the contrast right now. Possibly trading away your defensive superstar to stockpile picks while rebuilding the offense with a young franchise QB and legit playmakers, all under a new offensive head coach in Clint Kubiak. This isn't random anymore. This looks like a real plan. Today we're breaking down why Max Crosby trade rumors feel more serious than ever, what the Raiders could realistically get in return, and how adding a proven receiver could fast-track this rebuild around Mendoza. But before we jump into it, do me a favor. Smash that like button if you're a real member of Raider Nation, and only hit subscribe on Raiders Nation Update if you truly believe the Raiders are about to rise back up this year. All right, family, let's talk about the toughest decisions and the brighter future ahead. Raider Nation, we need to have a serious conversation today. Because for the first time since Max Crosby put on that silver and black jersey, it actually feels like his time in Las Vegas might be coming to an end. Yeah, I said it. Trade rumors are heating up. Big insiders are talking, and some of the biggest teams in the NFL are already circling. Today we're breaking down what's really going on with Max Crosby, why the relationship with the Raiders might be strained, and the potential landing spots that could change the league overnight. Let's talk about it. Max Crosby, the heart of this franchise. Let's start with respect. Max Crosby has been a Raider since 2019. Before the move to Vegas, before the rebuilds, before all the chaos, this man stayed loyal through. Losing season after losing season. Coaching changes. Roster overhauls, and still brought 100% every single snap. We're talking about a 5-time Pro Bowler, one of the most relentless pass rushers in the NFL, a guy who consistently ranks near the top in sacks pressures, QB hits, and plays more snaps than almost any defensive lineman in football. This dude is the definition of Raider football. What went wrong last season? Now here's where things got ugly. At the end of last season, with the Raiders out of playoff contention, Pete Carroll made the decision to put Crosby on injured reserve, not because Max wanted to sit, but to protect him, and let's be real, to help secure the #1 overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. And when Crosby found out, reports say he was furious, so mad that he stormed out of the facility. And Raider Nation, if you know Max Crosby, you know how much he hates losing. This man lives to compete. Being told to shut it down for draft position clearly didn't sit right with him. And now insiders like Jay Glazer are saying this might be the closest he's ever been to being traded. Why a trade actually makes sense, as painful as it is. As much as it hurts to say, from a business perspective, the Raiders might seriously consider it. They're bringing in a rookie quarterback in Fernando Mendoza, a first-year head coach in Clint Kubiak, another full rebuild phase, and Max Crosby is in his prime right now. Does he really want to wait through another rebuild? And for the Raiders, trading him could bring a massive haul of draft picks, the kind that accelerates a rebuild fast. We're talking multiple first-rounders. Team #1, New England Patriots. Now this is where it gets crazy. Reports are saying Max Crosby would actually like to play for Mike Vrabel in New England. And honestly, that makes a lot of sense. The Patriots' defense is already one of the best in football. It's the reason they're in the Super Bowl right now. Now, imagine adding Max Crosby to that front. That could turn a great defense into a historic one. And here's the key part. The Patriots own all their first-round picks through 2028. If I'm the Raiders, I'm asking for at least 2 firsts, maybe even 3. That's franchise-changing value. It's risky because Crosby could push them into dynasty territory. But that desperation is exactly what raises his trade price. Team number 2, Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, the enemy. This one would break the internet. The Chiefs badly need help on the defensive line. Chris Jones is declining. They don't have a true game wrecker anymore. And guess what? They own the 9th overall pick in this draft. If the Raiders pulled this off, they'd have 2 top 10 picks to rebuild this roster fast. Now, I hate the idea of helping a division rival. But here's the reality. Patrick Mahomes is coming off an ACL injury. There's no guarantee he ever returns to MVP form. If the Chiefs fall off, those future picks become gold. High risk, high reward. Should Raiders actually do it? Raider Nation, this is one of the hardest decisions this franchise could ever make. Emotionally, Max Crosby is the Raiders. Logically, a massive trade haul could reshape this team for the next decade. If the Raiders believe they're years away from competing, moving Crosby at peak value might be the smart move. But if they think this rebuild will be quick, you keep your superstar. Simple as that. Now I need to hear from you. Should the Raiders trade Max Crosby or keep him no matter what? Would you accept multiple first-round picks? Which team makes the most sense? Drop your takes in the comments. Let's talk real football. Raider Nation, what if I told you the Raiders are being linked to a proven playmaker who could instantly change this offense? A veteran receiver, a yards-after-catch monster, a guy who just put up over 800 total yards even on a struggling team. And now, he's being predicted to leave Washington and land in Las Vegas. Today we're talking about Deebo Samuel possibly becoming a Raider, what this means for Fernando Mendoza, and why this move could finally fix one of the biggest problems on this roster. But before we jump in, smash that like button if you want to see the Raiders offense explode again, hit subscribe if you're part of Raiders Nation Update, and help us hit 1,500 subscribers. Real Raider fans only. Let's get into it. Deebo Samuel linked to Las Vegas. According to Yardbarker's Seth Trackman, one of Washington's top free agents, wide receiver Deebo Samuel is being predicted to sign with the Raiders this offseason. And honestly, Raider Nation? This makes way too much sense. Samuel was Washington's most reliable offensive weapon last season, especially with all the injuries they dealt with. Even in a disappointing year for the Commanders, Deebo still put up 802 total yards from scrimmage, 6 touchdowns, and that's with inconsistent quarterback play. A lot of people thought his career was slowing down heading into 2025, but he proved he still has plenty left in the tank. Why Washington may let him walk now? Here's the key. Washington's GM Adam Peters is focused on getting younger and faster, and Deebo is about to turn 30. In today's NFL, teams are hesitant to give solid money to receivers hitting that age range, even productive ones. So while Deebo played well, the Commanders may decide it's time to move on, and that's where the Raiders come in. Raiders desperately need receiver help. Let's keep it real, Raider Nation. The Raiders' wide receiver room right now? It's rough. Yes, Brock Bowers is already an elite tight end and a future superstar. But after him, Jack Beck struggled as a rookie. Dante Thornton didn't show much. Trey Tucker is a nice player, but realistically a WR3. That's not enough to support a rookie quarterback, and with Fernando Mendoza expected to be the #1 overall pick, the Raiders have to surround him with reliable weapons. You don't develop a young QB by throwing him into chaos. Why Deebo is perfect for a young QB. Now here's what makes Deebo Samuel such a smart fit. He's not just a deep threat. He's elite in short routes, intermediate routes, yards after the catch. The man turns 5-yard passes into 25-yard gains. That is exactly what a rookie quarterback needs. Easy throws, quick reads, big results. Deebo would take pressure off Mendoza immediately. And with Brock Bowers working the middle of the field, defenses would be in trouble. The contract makes total sense. According to SpotRack, Deebo is projected to get around 2 years, $26 million total, and Raider Nation. The Raiders currently have about $91.5 million in cap space. This would be easy to afford. And ideally, You structure it with an out after year 2 in case his play drops off. Low risk, high impact, smart roster building. Is he a WR1? No, but that's okay. Now let's be clear. Deebo Samuel is probably not a true number 1 receiver anymore. But that's not what the Raiders need right now. They need a reliable veteran, a playmaker who moves the chains. Someone to help develop Mendoza-Deebo as a strong WR2 while the Raiders keep building the position through the draft? That's the perfect bridge move. Should Raiders make the move? In my opinion, Raider Nation, this would be one of the smartest signings of the offseason. It fixes a massive weakness, helps the rookie QB immediately, and doesn't hurt the cap long-term. Pair Deebo Samuel with Brock Bowers, and suddenly this offense looks dangerous again. Now I want to hear from you. Should the Raiders sign Deebo Samuel? Is he the perfect weapon for Fernando Mendoza? Or should Vegas go younger in the draft instead? Drop your takes in the comments. I read every one of them. And don't forget Raider Nation. Like the video, subscribe to Raiders Nation Update. Help us hit 1,500 subscribers because the rebuild is turning into a comeback. This is Victor. Just win, baby.